weekend. It was quite entertaining.
How many doors
So
did
I
you?
met I met five home inspectors door knocking. I
That must be the
met
most well-maintained neighborhood in the entire area.
it's a pretty well maintained neighborhood, but five home inspectors, six lenders, and about 12 investors.
Dang. Dang, that was a real estate rich neighborhood. Now go find others.
All of them, like every time I was a real estate professional, they were like, "Man, I'm impressed." He's all, "I don't see any realtors door knocking or working on hard on a Sunday." He's all, "You're soaking wet, it's raining, and you're still door knocking." And I was like, "Well, success doesn't sleep."
Max. It does actually.
Uh-uh.
It does sleep. It
Hey,
does.
now,
I'm gonna prove this to you. Eric, how many listing appointments do you have today?
Today, none.
Oh, oh. You need to go wake up the success because it's still sleeping.
I had one listing appointment. I shot it over to Bubba.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that anymore.
Well,
was
I
it
don't
a
know
Phoenix?
Chandler.
Well, that's a long drive for you,
Yeah.
but I like the hustle. Hustle never sleeps. I'll give you that.
I disagree. I have
Do you
that
think?
tattooed on my neck, and I just had a fantastic night of sleep last night.
Mm,
But y'all didn't know that, did you?
we couldn't tell because you have your eyebrows off and your camera. Like your eyebrows, your camera is off. No, I think that's a great conversation. Is yeah, work when others aren't, put in the effort where others won't, do what others might, and you'll be successful, man. I love that. Success doesn't sleep. Great motto. Hustle never sleeps. Great motto. But the truth is, fresh horses win races. Before I jump into my categorical Monday reset, what are the rest of the win celebrations? Anything you're proud of?
I had a pretty good weekend.
Good.
So I had an open house. No one came, but that was cool. Yesterday, I showed this buyer seven homes in the U of A. So, I think we're gonna start getting rolling on that in the relatively near future. And then I have a buyer appointment this afternoon at 3. So pretty
Good.
solid. Yeah.
I just gotta say, Sheldon, going from Summit to today, there's like a big improvement from where you were in Summit to where you are today. Like it's impressive. Good on you.
Yeah, I've been taking up more coaching as well as um I would say not only more but applying, and then one of the bigger things was Dan's upping the intensity and just kind of saying things I wouldn't have normally said and kind of just going that little inch further, and it's been working. It's been working good. So business has been rolling, things have been kind of falling into place slowly but surely. So I'm grateful.
Love that, man. I love to see that when I give you something of value, you take it and use it. That's implementation. Raise a hand if you ever heard the term knowledge is power. Okay, is that true?
Very much so.
Wrong.
No, it's applying the knowledge.
Exactly. Application of knowledge is power. Right. If I see that my refrigerator is on fire, I know how to put it out, but I'm just sitting there watching it burn. There goes my tostadas. Now the milk. Oh, my boiled eggs are now fried. Oh Lord, help me, my fridge is on fire. Right? That is the knowledge of what to do. Without action, knowledge is nothing. There are tons and tons, and I mean millions of wise people in this world that sit in a room and they pontificate around life's biggest problems. Everyone has an uncle or an aunt or a cousin or somebody that you're probably going to talk to over the next week that knows it all. You'll know this by their terms. I know. I could have told you that. You should have seen that coming. These are people that know, right? They're very knowledgeable. They know everything. But when you look at their station in life, is it representative of someone who knows everything? It is. It is. It is representative of someone who knows everything and does nothing. My friends, remember, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is advice. Execution is everything. Because people can give you advice, right? It doesn't do anything unless you do something with it, right? So when I give you advice, Sheldon, hey, increase, intensify, focus, sharpen. That is just advice. That is me handing you this magic bean. You have to go do something with it. There was this book in a movie series called The Secret. Anyone ever heard of that? The secret is to manifest all of the things that which you want in life in clear, visceral, cinematic imagery in your mind, and you can think about what you want. You can dream about what you want. You can really there and just will to you all the greatness in life. They had to come out with a second movie and a second book to talk about what was missing. What do you think was missing? The work. You got to be willing to do the work. And in that, we talked about how, yes, success never sleeps, hustle 24/7. I get it. I'll give you that. Work matters. Effort shows up. I talk about it all the time. You guys got to show up. You got to put in the work. You got to become, not just be. But there's a twist. When everyone else is worn out, stuck in the same routine, those who've had rested, smart, recovered, smart, trained with purpose, show up fresher and win. I am a proponent of if you're sick, stay the fuck home. There are so many people out there that are just like, order the McDonald's, gonna get you an order. No, dude. Keep your bum ass home if you're sick. I need the money. My boss said I couldn't have time off. Well, your boss is stupid because now you're going to get everyone else in the business sick too. You have created a plague. There is no virtue in showing up when you can barely breathe. Is that resting smart? No. Resting smart is taking time and going, oh, you know what? I had a really busy weekend. I did a lot of activities, a lot of real estate stuff. I feel burnt out. When you feel burnt out, should you push harder, push on? Well, the hustle gut muscle gurus out there are like, you got to push through the resistance. When you want to quit, you got to go that extra mile, right? The Dave Goggins of the world. Now, Dave Goggins is much richer than I am, much thinner than I am, and probably arguably stronger than I am per scale. I bet I'd fold that man into a pretzel if we got into a bear wrestling fight. But are you a Dave Goggins? Are you going out there and actively looking for the hard things in life just to conquer them? Or are you looking for success and balance? Are you looking for a better life? And what does that look like? Success needs rest, smart rest. So take some time. Yeah. If everyone has taken the weekend off, fucking work the weekend, blow them out of the water. Take Tuesday to reset. Maybe you're like me and you don't need a full day to reset. You just need a couple hours. Some of you have been with me long enough. You've heard me say I've canceled the rest of today. That is code for leave me alone. I'm not doing anything. I am off the clock, canceled for the day. And that's just to reset my brain because fresh horses win races. It's not just about racing. It's a business trajectory. Because when you're frustrated, you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you're exhausted, you're just flat out done. Are you at your best? Can you handle things ergomatically and ability to connect and become charismatic and talk to people and create those relationships and just be effervescent when you have zero in your cup? No. So, Eric, proud of you for door knocking on a Sunday in the rain. You made a lot of investors and lenders and other real estate adjacent professions proud of you. What are you gonna do with it?
Follow up and nurture.
There you
Stay
go.
top of mind.
Can you do
Go
that if you
back.
burn yourself to the bone?
No, I could tell you from personal experience. I did that at my old brokerage. It does not work out very well for you.
Doesn't. It doesn't, man. The teams that burn out early end up limping the rest of the game. Condition yourself for greatness. And I say this very coyly, condition yourself for greatness. If you can't sit down and make 20 phone calls, you need to start at 5. And then tomorrow do 7, and then 10, and then 15. And then you're doing 20 phone calls. Sittability is probably one of the most understretched muscles in this business because we're all looking for the next thing, the most exciting thing, the thing to go do. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that sittability is not a hustle muscle as much as we think of, well, I can go door knock, I can do open house, I can do all this stuff. Yeah, but sit down and do the follow-up. And if you're like me, and if you're in a bad headspace, when you sit down and do your follow-up, TikTok is so attractive. YouTube just happens to pop up in the middle of your phone calls. And oh, what was that? You need my help? Gladly. Because I will do anything but sit down and do my work. But when I'm fresh of mind, when I'm fresh of willpower, after resting or resetting, that's when I do the tough stuff, the sit down, the phone calls, the work that doesn't fill my bucket. It's not about sleeping in. It's not about, taking spa days. Those are great. Pamper yourself. It's about making sure your business is set up for success by having you there to run it. Does your CRM get sick? No. Does your website get sick? No. These are systems in place to help you when you do. So if you're sick, you're tired, you're out of it, you're going through it, man, life is heavy, life is hard. That's why you have systems and models. And sometimes all we have to do is plug into the system and model. Man, it's Monday. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like coming to work today. I'm coming to the office. What am I going to do? I'm probably going to work more today than I've ever have on a Monday because I don't want to be here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug into the model, the DTD2. I'm going to call who I need to call, talk to who I need to talk to, and then go home. That's a lie. I'm going to drive to 3 Points. I'm going to look at a house. And then while I'm out there, I'm going to look at more land. And then I'm going to drive home. So I'm going to be in my car for an hour and a half today. But believe me when I tell you that resets, refreshes actually come from practice and training. When you leave a good seminar or a good training class, how do you feel?
Motivated.
Right? So being refreshed, being reset isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing the right thing. So what's next on your learning plan? Do you have a conference, a class, an event that you're going to go to? Are they set up in systematic progression? Like me, 6 to 8 weeks. I need a good mental dump every 6 to 8 weeks. I hang out with the right people in the right environments. I get knowledge, brotherhood, communion, all of it together. Just pour into me. Because freshness comes from rest, from training, and then from preparation. Being prepared is probably your absolute best weapon. And if you're exhausted and you're tired and you're frustrated and you're over the top, the worst thing you can do is just to keep moving. Take a second, take a half a tick, and go, okay, what's coming up next? What do I need to prepare for? A lot of us have this I'll figure it out muscle real strong. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. I'll be in the middle of something. I'll figure it out. Now take a second and realize, okay, where am I at? Where am I going? And who am I going with? All it takes is a couple of seconds to go. All right, now try it with me, everybody. Inhale, exhale. Did anyone feel flutters in your body? A little bit of blood movement in your shoulders and your chest? Maybe your head tingles a little bit. What we call that? We call that breathing. When you're feeling overwhelmed, a rest does not mean taking a nap. It could mean just take a breath. When we're stressed, our breathing patterns shallow. When we're overwhelmed, our breathing patterns irregulate. When we're on a treadmill, we hyperventilate. Right, Jess? She's all, fuck you, Dan. I'm just tired. But so take a second, take a breath. Opportunity will come probably when you're least prepared. And you'll see it. You'll be frustrated because you're like, oh, I had this opportunity and I didn't take it. And then you're overwork yourself to get to the next one. But what if you get to a place of always preparedness? Right? Right now, if you got a phone call in the middle of this call and you're in the middle of a thought and someone calls you up and says, hey, I want to talk about buying a house. Are you ready for that conversation? If the answer is no, then take the time to get ready. What questions do you need to ask? What information should you have prepared? And what are the next steps? If you don't know that, correct it. Same thing with the seller. Someone calls you right now and says, hey, I want to talk about selling my house. What questions do you need to ask? What information should you gather or give? And what are the next steps? Can you set yourself up for a general base of preparedness? Yes, you can. And I want you to practice on this. I want you to strength train your preparedness. Because like I said, it's not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things. I remember when I was playing football, our coaches would make us run 3-a-days. Morning, afternoon, and night practices during the summer. That was for the big boys. And the big boys had to do it because, well, most of us big boys aren't exactly the most conditioned. Right? We can't run all day. You get the little short fucks out there like Trey and Eric running around and throwing balls and looks like they're just having fun sprinting all day. And they're, nope, not us big boys. So coach is like, you're going to be conditioned. I hated every single minute of it. 4 years of 3-a-days in the summers. I hated every single minute of it until I was out of it. And then I realized coach was just setting me up for success in life because now I'm good at doing the work so that when it comes to game time, I don't have to think about it. I'm not winded. I'm not stressed. I'm not overwhelmed. I have trained myself to be fresh. Some people take a moment. I need to get in the mode. I need to get in the zone. I need to hype myself up. I need to get there. You know what I mean? But if you train and you're successful at it, it's a switch. I mean, some of you have actually seen me in my office where I go from having a normal conversation with you to a broker level conversation. It's like two separate people in the same chair. That's what you're training for. That's what you're practicing. That is your rest because that is your reset. Because the next big moment you have, the next big opportunity that's available to you is going to ask, are you ready or are you tired? Can you be both? Yeah, you freaking can be. Because it's not going to wait until you feel perfect. But it's going to be when it's going to be. You may not want opportunity to show up when you're at 50%, but if you're prepared to perform, that's where you're at. So take the time, right? Rest. Take the time to do the right actions, to learn the right things, to sharpen the skill muscles that you need so that when the opportunities do come, you're ready to go. Because I'll tell you, the opportunities prefer that you show up with energy, clarity, and alignment, not chaos. So if you're 24/7 go, 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 I guarantee you're going to burn out. But if you take some strategic pauses on your calendar, it could be a daily thing. Maybe you're putting some white space on your calendar to give you 5 minutes between meetings just to take a breath. Maybe it's a 30-minute lunch break for just some mindset. Maybe read your Bible, maybe listen to a podcast, maybe just sit there and hum quietly. Maybe it's once a month you go and you do a class that just reinvigorates your body, your mind, your soul. These are rest moments that you build into your schedule that help you reset for success. Because 24/7 is all you have. And if all you're doing is go, 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 you're not doing anything. Gary Keller said once at a family reunion, he goes, there is no virtue in long hours. What does that mean to you?
Make the most of the time you put in.
Yeah. I'm the first one at the office every day. I'm the last one to leave. Does that make me massively more successful than you? No. Right. I started work at 3 a.m. this morning. I don't stop until 9 p.m. Okay, Grandpa. Great. But what did you do for the 16 hours that you were working? There is no virtue in long hours. There is no virtue in just being. There is, in fact, virtue in doing. Like Eric said, I went door knocking. I went. I made phone calls. I did. When you're doing 24/7 stuff, you look at the time, not the effort. Oh, I'm always moving. I'm always doing something. No, but what? What are you always doing? Are the things that you're doing benefiting your success or harming it? Because if you go to the gym, right, you go to the gym too often, can you hurt yourself? Right? You do too much of the same thing, you can hurt yourself. You can absolutely put your progress months back if you don't listen to your body. If you're like me and you drop 400 pounds on a bench press and dislocate your shoulder, it takes you a while to reset. But if you take your time, you train with confidence, you train with purpose, you show up for the right things. After the workout's done, yeah, you feel tired, like your body's tired and sore, but your soul is alive, isn't it? Your heart, your mind, your energy, all on fire. So today, ask yourself this week, today, tomorrow, where are you running low? Where is the fuel tank the absolute lowest? And what systems or habits or needs will help you fill that area? What class, what training, what technology? Where can we saddle the freshest horses? And sometimes it's just slowing down enough to stop and look around and go, okay, there are in fact roses here. I don't have time to smell them right now, but I will later. At least I know where they're at. So my one question for you guys to pontificate around, it's a great word, to think, to ponder, is what's one thing you will do this week? Knowing that Thanksgiving is one of the most stressful, family-laden events, what is one thing you'll do this week to inject fresh energy into your business, into your personal life, into your professional development? Not by doing more, but by doing smarter. Is that a worthy challenge for the next 3 days?
I think so.
Was today worth your time?
Every day is worth my time.
Now, what are you going to do with it?
It was too fast.
It was too fast?
Yeah.
How is it too fast?
I don't know. I feel like we need more. It's already over.
We got 4 minutes to talk about it, and 3 minutes now to talk about it and to commune about it. All right, this is where we win. So fresh horses win races.
I want to know who's doing a post-Thanksgiving open house.
On Thanksgiving or on
anyone.
Friday?
post like a Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
I will be.
Yeah, I think Seth is also, but he's already
Yeah,
off the call.
Seth's over at one of mine on Saturday. It's a great weekend. You got people in town visiting family, all fat and happy from Turkey. They're like, man, we've been thinking
Yeah.
about moving out here, being close to family. It's great weather this time of year.
Did you guys know
Have an
Wednesday?
open house this week.
Yep. I knew he did. I
And
knew
I
he
don't
did.
care if it's a holiday.
Seth's all my
Gotta
money
go.
doesn't wait.
Yep.
You got to look at so Monday, Tuesday are travel days, big travel days. So there's not a lot of connections happening Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, however, did you know Wednesday night is the #1 night for going out of all year? I don't know anybody that's working on Thursday. Like nurses and doctors, even them are like, you know what? The sick people can wait. I'm taking the day off. Although when I worked at Waffle House, we had to work on Thanksgiving, and I fucking loved it. Because people that had to come in for the Waffle House morning breakfast because their family was cooking or something like that, they would tip super heavy. Oh, honey, it sucks. You got to work on Thanksgiving. I'm like, no, Mima, I'm here. Bring it. That $5 tip looks real good on the table after you leave. Mind you, $5 tip 20 years ago was a lot of money. It's equivalent to a $20 tip now. But find the traffic, find the activities. One thing I'll tell you guys is be the one who shows up ready. If you know you're going to have a marathon weekend, take a day or so before to reset. Then go into it so you can rock the weekend. And if you find yourself in a position where you need some extra reset, give me a call. Sometimes it's your mindset, not your body. I'd love to see more open houses this weekend. All of yous. All of yous. Social media posts, favorites posts, live stories. Wish everyone you know a happy Thanksgiving. This is a great opportunity for you just to get out there and connect. There should be hundreds of contacts between now and the end of the year. We are in the season of the relationship reset. Haven't talked to you all year, but hey, happy Thanksgiving. Right? No one's going to be mad at you for saying happy Thanksgiving. Maybe. I don't want to say that because Eric's going to find the one person that's fucking mad. And I'm going to have to deal with it. So, guys, thank you so much for being a part of my morning, my tribe, my resets. I'll see you in the morning.